director for 10 years here, and I really enjoyed that. I had to learn so much, and my sponsors helped out, had me at seminars and everything. I had to learn agriculture from the bottom up, and I really enjoyed that. So when I went to DIF, though, that was all cut out, and I really missed that.
No. Well, you were on the air. A lot of people probably figure you were on the air for 4.5 hours. You weren't really on the air in the morning for that long.
You're right.
And then you would stick around after you got off the air, because I know you did the farm hour then from 12 to 1 o'clock. But a lot of times in the morning, you were just kind of killing time.
Yeah, and it was so. And then the can't remember what it was 1977. They had Charlie Evers Day at the Marion County Fair, and I was so flabbergasted. I thought, gee, what an honor! And all my sponsors gave me gifts. They had this big presentation. And I thought to myself, good grief, what am I ever going to do to pay all these people back for such a nice thing? Well, it was that year that kids burned down the arena.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, aha, here's how I'll do it. And so without asking permission, I started raising money. And raised enough to build that new building on the fairgrounds. And that was a struggle. But I'll never forget, one man came in, and he said, here, Charlie, here's a check for $2,500. You think that'll help? And I said, it sure will. It was Hoover Brown. He was the originator of the Wyandotte popcorn company. He was George Brown's dad. And
back then, $2,500 was a whole lot of money.
And another lady called me, and she said, I'm giving you $5. I'm blind. I'll never see that arena, but here's the $5. And different things like that. But then, half the way through the whole money-raising thing, the county commissioner said, hey, wait a minute. We can't build that new building unless we have union labor. Because if we don't, they'll picket the fairgrounds. I thought, strange. And I remember the one commissioner said, Evers, can you raise $22,000 more for union labor? I said, oh, sure. And people said, you're crazy. Because when people find out you've got to raise that much for union labor, they're not going to give any more money. Well, they did. That never stopped them, and we went ahead. And later on, I spoke to a national convention of fair managers, and there was one there from Cook County, Illinois. And when I told him about what I went through with the commissioners here, well, everybody started laughing. And this one guy told me, he says, the only time you had to use union labor for something like that would have been Cook County, Illinois, where it was really intensely unionized. And so anyhow, that was, we got down to almost, I thought, am I going to have to borrow money to complete this whole project? But it turned out we got the money, and then, of course, the fair board.
Do you remember what the total cost was?
It was, I think, 80-some thousand. But the fair board, of course, put money into it also, and they got some insurance money. But, oh my. And we got it built in time for the fair. And my main thing was we've got to show the kids that we really appreciate them and build this new arena so they can show their animals. And people took that to heart. And, if you're honest with people, you can accomplish most anything, I believe. And so we built the arena. And so I satisfied the previous year of Charlie Evers Day at the fair by paying back,
Good for you.
how they treated me. And then, a few years later, a lady called me and said, hey, that statue's missing from the courthouse. I'll give you $300 to restore it if you can find it.
Because I want to get into that. But let's hold that let's hold the Lady Justice story for after the news, because that is obviously one of the stories I wanted to talk to Charlie about. Again, WMRN celebrating 75 years being on the air today, December 23rd of 1940.
I see our lie detector is ready. Let's begin.
We're about to hear the truth, straight from a Frontier executive about Frontier's price for life.
Will Frontier offer reliable business, internet, and phone for $59.99 per month?
That's right.
At one price for life?
Yes, for life.
It's true. Frontier offers your business a $59.99 per month price for life. Call 1-888-FRONTIER. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
This is David Bacon for Roth & Bacon Attorneys. At Roth & Bacon Attorneys, we can help you avoid some unnecessary things. We can help you avoid unnecessary probate. We can help you save the family farm or business from an unnecessary nursing home spend down. We can help you avoid unnecessary creditor liability. We can help you avoid relatives fighting over your estate. We can help you select who will make decisions for you if you can't make them for yourself. We can help you with business succession plans so the family business doesn't have to get sold when you die. We can help you get your plan in place, and you can stop worrying about all of these things. These are just some of the things we can do for you. Stop in and see us today in Marion, Upper Sandusky, Port Clinton, or Fort Myers, Florida. There's never a charge for your initial consultation. Give us a call at 1-800-475-2611. We accept all major credit cards. Roth & Bacon Attorneys, 800-475-2611. Roth & Bacon, plan to succeed.
Roth & Bacon, plan to succeed.
This is Attorney Advertising. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. Should not be based solely upon advertising. Kurt Goes and Brad Honnold are responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Attention. Call now if you've had an IVC filter placed in your body to prevent blood clots, as you may be at serious risk. The FDA warns that these filters may move or break, which may lead to heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or even death. Call now for a free consultation. Since 2005, there have been over 1,000 problems reported to the FDA by consumers regarding IVC filters, such as fractures, tearing, device movement, blockage, and breaking of the device. If you or a loved one suffered serious health complications from an IVC filter which moved or broke, call us right now, as you may be entitled to compensation. Call 800-587-4119. That's 800-587-4119. Call now. 800-587-4119.
Girls' underwear only need to be a little triangle with a rubber band on it. Guys have things. Things that deserve to experience the comfort of Frigo by Revolution Wear. Oh yeah. Drop your things into their patented Frigo zone with the adjustable pouch and experience the customized fit and sweat-free comfort of Frigo underwear. Then when people ask, how are things? Tell them all about your Frigo zone and tell them to go to revolutionwear.com to get theirs.
News, talk, and information station. 1490 WMRN, Marion.
Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Randy Bigley in the Peacock Water Newsroom. Here's what I have coming up for you at 8:30. Good news for gas prices if you're traveling this holiday season, but how long will the low prices last? We'll let you know. Governor Kasich signed 14 bills into law, and the eastern part of the United States is experiencing temperatures never before seen this time of year. I have these stories coming up and more news stories. Go after Fox News Radio.
News Radio, I'm Pam Puso. At the airport, it's hurry up and wait.
Security has been increased at many of the country's airports, including here in Chicago, and that is also causing a bit of a delay.
Reporter Lisa Chaparreri with Fox 32. The roads are also full of holiday travelers, and driving could be treacherous in parts of the West where snow is forecast. In the Northeast, winter weather is nowhere to be found.
Highs reaching the 70s into the Mid-Atlantic and parts of the Ohio Valley. 60s into southern New England.
Meteorologist Brian Hurley is with the National Weather Service, driving ISIS out of Ramadi. Iraqi forces pushing further into the city on the second day of an offensive. Ramadi was captured by ISIS earlier this year. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Broadcasting crystal clear from the Peacock Water Newsroom. Your state and local news headlines on News Radio 1490 WMRN.
I'm Randy Bigley in the Peacock Water Newsroom. OhioGasPrices.com projects that consumers nationwide will save $1.6 billion on gas over their year-end travels compared to last year. According to their holiday travel survey, 88% of those heading out of town will be doing so by car. The majority, 66%, driving at least 200 miles round trip.
As a country, we're going to be saving $1.6 billion over the most popular dates of travel. That's December 23 through January 3rd.
Spokesman Patrick Dehan says gasoline supplies are up, and other than vacationers, there isn't much demand for gasoline this time of year.
Aside from Christmas travel, there's not a whole lot of additional demand for gasoline. It comes at a time of year as well when supply is just through the roof. So this is Economics 101. Abundant supply, weak demand is leading to the fall in gas prices.
He predicts that prices will continue to fall, with a few gas stations dropping regular to the $1.30 range next month, with most stations at the $1.60 range, before prices begin to head upward this spring. The eastern half of the nation is experiencing temperatures never before seen at this time of year. Tracy Townsend reports.
More than 2,000 record high temperatures have been tied or broken across the lower 48 states this month. In Connecticut, ski resorts cannot keep the fake snow from melting, while the real snow keeps falling in Colorado. The unseasonable weather even has Mother Nature confused. In Washington, D.C., the cherry blossoms arrived months ahead of schedule. I'm Tracy Townsend.
The Marion Police Department wants to remind you when you get your Christmas gifts this week, do yourself a favor and record the serial numbers. If the item has no serial number, consider marking them with an identifier, or at the very least, take photos of them. Without these things, if your items are stolen, they have almost no chance of getting them back without a serial number. This is especially true of electronics and firearms. Governor John Kasich has signed 14 bills into law, including legislation to expand access to treatment for certain sexually transmitted diseases and a measure to create one set of statewide regulations for ride-sharing services. Dave James reports.
The ride-sharing bill would affect companies such as Uber and Lyft, which use smartphone apps to connect drivers with passengers. Also signed yesterday was a so-called ban-the-box bill that would bar job applications from asking about an applicant's criminal background. The STD-related legislation would let doctors prescribe medication to their patients' partners without first examining them. Currently, they must first examine patients before prescribing them antibiotics. The measure would create an exception for partners of patients who have been diagnosed with chlamydia, trichomoniasis, or gonorrhea. Dave James for WMRN News.
Christmas is just a couple days away, and with that comes safety tips so you and your loved ones can have a happy and safe holiday. Ryan Dietz reports.
That live Christmas tree is fun to get and smells great, but if you're not careful this time of year, it can become a fire hazard.
Make sure you check that tree daily to make sure it has ample moisture. We know that as trees dry out, they can become very flammable, and it doesn't take much heat, either from a bulb or even electrical short, to start a fire.
That's Ohio State Fire Marshal Larry Flowers. Along with watering the tree, practice your home escape plan with family. Have two ways out and a meeting place once you get out, and never go back inside. Ohio had 115 fatalities in fires last year. Brian Dietz, ONN, Oberlin.
When you see news, you can call the Newsline at 383-6640. And for more news, go to WMRN.com. And for breaking news, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Broadcasting crystal clear from the Peacock Water Newsroom, I'm Randy Bigley.
The WMRN Road Report, brought to you by Reese Auto Sales on 309.
In Marion County, County Road 141 East, St. James Road at Whetstone River Road is closed until May of 2016 for a bridge replacement.
This report is brought to you by McDaniel Automotive Center.
Have you seen the new Chevy Silverado pickup truck? Its muscular front end, sculpted hood, and signature LED lighting gives Silverado a bold new look, while high-strength steel delivers rugged capability that you can depend on. Right now, save up to $10,000 on select Chevy Silverados at the McDaniel GM Superstore. It's just that simple. Chevy, find new roads.
Quello Concerts presents the best gift ever.
Welcome home, baby. Hi. What's going on here? I invited my friend Missy over to help me give you your Christmas gift, because I know what you've been wanting. You do? I know it makes your blood rush. Oh, yeah? You want to watch Pink Floyd in concert. I do? I really do?
And Metallica, and Queen, and Bowie, and Eric Clapton, and Nirvana.
I want to watch them all.
And so do I. And
And so does Missy.
Oh, I totally love Nirvana.
Which is why I got you Quello Concerts. So we're all gonna watch Quello together.
Quello Concerts is the ultimate gift for the ultimate music lover. With a subscription to Quello, you get unlimited access to stream thousands of the most incredible concerts and music documentaries ever. Watch